Sir Jim Ratcliffe to put Manchester back into Manchester United. Hmm. Sir Jim Ratcliffe now, according to buy only British talent that are good enough if he takes control of Manchester United. Part of his transfer strategy. What is that all about? Well, it's Friday, it's paper talk, and we got to do this. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Take a sip on your coffee. We will be back in 30 seconds with the goodie stories.
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Right, welkom. I feel welcome. Dit is mijn home and I want to achieve success. Okay?
Good morning, people. Yes, Ten Hag wants to achieve success, but with what measures coming out for Sir Jim Ratcliffe to say, look, you know what? If I am in the reins, I will definitely only go and buy British talent, and that is kind of what I want to bring to the stage. And this is just not me saying, it's just printed there by Sammy Mockbell. It's been followed up by all the paper talks there. So we got to actually dissect it. Sir Jim Ratcliffe to target homegrown players in the departure from Erik ten Hag's transfer policy, guys. Look, we've seen the manifesto. We are confused by the manifesto. We compare apples to apples here, and we do apply logic and reasoning. But certainly, we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear what you think. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Does this make any sense, right? So let's park this and just talk a little bit. Because when we saw the takeover, we saw the manifesto, we saw Sheikh Yassim 92 Holding Foundation. It was a globalized 100% purchase. Invest all around the infrastructure around Manchester greater area. It's going to create jobs. And we saw the only manifesto from Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos to say, put Manchester back into Manchester United. I'm sorry, it sounds a little bit xenophobic to my sense, and coming up with this story as well. Is it media paper talk? Is it really genuine? Because at the end of the day, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is deregister himself from being a taxpayer in UK, living in Nice, in Monaco, having his company registered in the Isle of Man, and to come up with these kind of stories. Now, in this channel, we got to scrutinize the media. We're going to scrutinize every bit that is out there. But let's talk about this. I want to hear from you guys, and I want to apply the logic and reasoning here. So let's go through this article, and what does this mean? Manchester United has gone from one extreme to the other in terms of the transfer policy, is what Mockbell is saying here. While the manager's advice was taken into account, but ultimately the board finalized everything. Erik ten Hag seemed to have the a la carte blanche to do whatever he wanted into the squad. I mean, of course, he's the manager. You got to sort of, shape this squad in terms of what you need. Not the clear and obvious that was the board signings before, right? So finally, we have a manager that takes control, right? So here's a problem, right? Here's what I have a problem with this, and something when you look at it, because if you read this article, you can see that it is a kind of little bit dig on certain things. I mean, we're talking about, we want the British billionaire to lead Manchester United, but at the same time, we don't really want Ten Hag to make decisions. It has resulted in mixed results, what they're saying, trending towards negative, as United lack of vision beyond the manager's target has been criticized. Okay, that could be about to change if Sir Jim Ratcliffe has its way. Okay, that is about to be changed if Sir Jim Ratcliffe has its way, what it's saying. Guys, I want to hear your thoughts and feelings right there. The Daily Mail also reports that in the incoming decision-making, the Sporting Matters is set to target homegrown players in departure for United's current strategy. But listen, at the end of the day, this doesn't make sense, right? That's the reason why you have a sporting director, a director of football, together to make the decision with Erik ten Hag and the CEO above or whatever. The way City works, the way Arsenal works, the way every modern football club is working currently, and it's keep on spinning that Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants the core of the success of United side to replicate the qualities of Sir Alex's greatest team, which led to strong homegrown British flavour to it. Right, let's park that. Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants the core of the success of United side to replicate the current Alex greatest teams. But you know what? Fair and play. Football has moved on. That was in the 90s. I mean, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tried it. Everyone's tried it. We failed miserably because football has changed. It's not all about the best talent is in UK. The grassroots league in sort of in Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, so many good players they can get for cheap, for £5 million. Look what Moses Caicedo went to. He was bought for 5 million, right? And now he got sold to Chelsea for 100. Look what Ten Hag did with Licha over in Ajax, with Anthony Dos Santos. Before even Ten Hag became a manager, a fun fact is that Ten Hag was actually a coach. He was a scout. So let's nip this in the bud and continue reading the article. Well, basically, yes, it says that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tried to do the same thing. Signings like Harry Maguire, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Dan James, name a few, but wasn't successful. Now, of course, why wasn't he successful? Why wasn't it successful? Just because you're a homegrown talent doesn't mean that you are good enough to play for Manchester United. Playing at Manchester United comes with a great responsibilities. Biggest club in the shirt, you got to have strong mentality, to play for that badge, to put in, week out performances at the Theatre Dreams. Some people cannot handle the pressure. What Ten Hag is currently doing is looking at the mental agility of a player, not only the talent. You can have abundance of talents, but if it doesn't have up here, you're never going to make it, according to my opinion. Let's let me know what you think in the comments below as well. On the other extreme, let's continue this story, what we're saying. On the other extreme, only one Ten Hag signing, Johnny Evans, is homegrown. Now, that is a blatant lie here. And he was emerged back up in the time of arrival. Well, what about Mason Mount? What about Mason Mount? What extreme lie? Saying on the other extreme, the only Ten Hag signing here was Johnny Evans. First and foremost, Johnny Evans knows Manchester United inside out. Johnny Evans is a Red. But what about Mason Mount? So this is pretty much a little bit of a Max story, having a pop at the manager as well, coming after that 3-3 Galatasaray draw, to be honest, right? Let's continue reading. Guys, let me know what you think as well. This is just me applying my logic and reasoning and my opinions. Instead of Ten Hag has sought to go with the tried and tested, scouting the market for players he's been seen firsthand, or better yet, played under him. Well, that makes sense though. You go and I mean, as I alluded before, Ten Hag used to be a scout before he became a manager. So if you've seen a certain player that that you like playing and that will fit in your system, why not? And this is kind of replicating Sir Alex Ferguson, because Sir Alex Ferguson used to be in charge of everything, right? So this is what Ten Hag is trying to do. But no, the big media has to go and have a pop on it. The ideal balance for United is probably somewhere in the middle now. Now here comes the ironing at the end of the story. The ideal balance for United is probably somewhere in the middle, while giving the manager literal decision-making power leads to signings like Anthony. Oh, here we go. Now they're going to have a pop at Anthony to criticize. Yes, there was a little bit of a waste of money, but on the other hand, John Murtough was sitting on his fingers, delaying this deal, and Ajax came to the end of the window. We could have bought him for 15.5, but it came late. That's not Ten Hag's fault. It is the current sporting director called John Murtough that was sitting on his fingers. The led to we signed Anthony for £85 million. A singular focus on British player leads to Maguire signing for 80 million. But that was not Ten Hag's signing. That was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer signing, wasn't it? £80 million. We overpaid on the market. So yeah, doesn't always seem to be right here. Regardless of Sir Jim Ratcliffe's priorities, a balance need to be struck between both decisions need to be made on case-by-case basis. So first and foremost, how does it come that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is now speaking out in what he wants to do? Why does everyone reporting about Sir Jim Ratcliffe, what he's going to do on the transfer market, who we're going to buy, X, Y, Z? And you got to ask the question, who is benefiting from this? The British gravy train media does everything for clicks. They know, but just associate themselves with Manchester United. You guys going to fall for it. I'm here just calling the BS, and I'm just putting my opinion to it. Regardless of Sir Jim Ratcliffe priorities, a balance need to be struck between the both decision need to made by cases. So basically it needs to be a decision made by case. This is more of balance. This is what I like. However, here it comes. However, There's always a however, there's always a but in the story. There's always an elephant in the story. And this is what I like to find. It seems like the new decision maker is finally going to rein in Ten Hag's power in the market either way, which is what some fans have wanted since the dependence of him seeing him to striking. Okay. So basically, you wasted the whole story taking a dig at the manager and telling you how great Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to do, putting Manchester back into Manchester, and then go for homegrown talent. And then at the end of the day of the story, it seems like the new decision maker is finally going to rein in Ten Hag's power in the market either way. So that means the decision comes to Erik ten Hag. Okay, guys, first and foremost, I'm not a big believer in those stories. I've seen numerous reports saying Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to go do this. So we've seen reports that, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to take control, like, 1 month ago on 25%. But on the back end of the market, if you say so, we got to call a spade and basically put this into perspective that this is also driven a lot by media, to be honest, to say by Sammy Mockbell that, exclusive by British if they are good enough. If you're good enough, Sir Jim Ratcliffe to prioritize hunt for homegrown talent and Manchester United ahead of Ineos recruitment overhaul. I want to hear from your opinions regarding this, because if you look at it, same story, same energy was applied when, Qatar wasn't, there was more negative energy towards like, no, we don't want that. It's greenwashing, there's sports washing, not greenwash, the sports washing, human rights. The British media love this Brexit stuff. Like, think about it. They didn't want Ten Hag, they wanted Mauricio Pochettino. Okay, Mauricio Pochettino, he's not British, but he's known to the Premier League. So therefore, they want anything that is known to them. But anything that's foreign, we don't want, and we're going to trash you. So basically, I agree exactly what I said from Desire MUFC here, saying Brexit FC is back, put in Manchester back in Manchester. Apparently, would rather we just have the best young players everywhere they're from, 100%. So no matter where they're from, we're talking about the grassroots leagues, the European League, the best players, what we should get with the right sporting director people. And that is just my opinion. At the end of the day, I think this is ridiculous. I think this is shambolical. And then leads to who we are linked to in the market. And this is yet again, that puts two and two together. Basically now we are saying that, well, oh my God, Ratcliffe comes in. We are going to look at Nketiah to face MUFC and the community. Is what Mockbell is saying. Now, it's so easy. You can follow up with one story to say, okay, look at that. And then you come in with likes of Ivan Toney. Right, guys? Ivan Toney. And Nketiah. Do you reckon Arsenal will sell Nketiah to us? And for what money, to be honest, to be fair? I mean, if we look at the transfer market, we don't even have money, right? Where's the money coming from? And of course, there's some transfer rumors that we're going to offload certain players. Rafael Varane, we're interested to listen to that story about Rafael Varane, Casemiro, XYZ. Yeah, if we want to buy players in the January window, 100% we need to offload some players. That was the same energy that happened in the summer. We ended up going for a loan deal for Sofian Amrabat with an obligation to buy because we were stint. We were broke, to be honest, guys. But anyway, this is a lot of paper talk. And Ivan Toney, I would say just take a bet that that's not going to happen. Apparently, Arsenal is hunting him. Chelsea is hunting him. The London clubs are in it. Where is he from? He's from London. Will Manchester United even have a chance to get him? No, I believe if Manchester United is going to look for non-British talent, it should be the priority to sign a striker like Marcus Leonardo. And yet again, we've been linked to the Loney FC market in terms of no other than finding Nemo. Not really finding Nemo, but if we're talking about finding Timo Werner. There was exclusive reports coming out from Fabrizio Romano himself, Mr. Here We Go, to say that actually this got legs. Manchester United has acquired regarding the service for a loan for the end of the season in January for Timo Werner. But Timo Werner has now come to say he rejects it. He doesn't want it to come to Manchester United. He's happy where he is. And fair play. I mean, There was a moment where I did rate Timo Werner before he joined Chelsea, but he was a flop at Chelsea, so I don't really want any Chelsea reject into our club, and I don't really want another Weghorst signing. If we're going to sign somebody permanent like Marcus Leonardo or even a Benjamin Sesko that seems to be on the market from RB Leipzig, to be honest, to be fair. Wow, there's a lot of things that we need to cover regarding the sales takeover. What's going on there? Because reports were saying from Sky that started this gravy train reports, Sir Jim Ratcliffe 25% is imminent. Qatar is out. XYZ. It's been quiet. It's going to happen this week, next week, tomorrow, next week, next year, or whenever. I don't believe it's going to even happen this year, to be honest, or even it's too complicated even. And I believe that it's a lot of spin from the media, to be honest. And even, our neighbors here, I mean, we're talking about the United Stand is coming out with a tweet to say the United Stand can now confirm there will be no announcement regarding Sir Jim Ratcliffe 25% in this club this week. Yeah, I don't want to say I told you so. I mean, at the end of the day, I just applying my thoughts, my feelings regarding this. And I always said that I don't think that this Sir Jim Ratcliffe 25% is imminent or is that advanced. Because Sir Jim Ratcliffe has been restructuring his structure from 69 to 51 to 25%. And even my colleague Alice Talks Football, Alice Abrahams was saying that her credible sources were saying that she heard that the Joel Glazer and Abram Glazer wants out 100%. They want to have an exit plan, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe is looking to buy them out. But that doesn't really then make sense. Why did they then accept Qatar's bid, which was buying the whole club out? Buy all the 6 siblings out. But no, you got to focus on the Brexit stuff. Like, I give you 1.2 million now, and then I give you another 1.2. It's too complicated. So therefore, there's a lot of smoke, but not fire. I mean, we were told by Sky News it's going to happen, 3 weeks ago. It's imminent. Then Sir Bobby Charlton's funeral came. That didn't happen. Then they say Thursday, and then they push the can further down the road next week. And now we're seeing even stories like this. It's going to happen not today, not tomorrow, not this week. And then we saw stories maybe next year. Guys, I want to hear your thoughts and feelings. I'm tired of this. I am tired of this sales takeover spin. I'm tired of the British media. And one thing that we do on this channel, we always call a spade a spade. We look at the both sides of the story. I personally don't have a preference. I do. Whoever buys the club on 100% to get the Glazers out, this is what I support. I don't support 25%. And if it's 25%, if that's going to happen, I want to see the roadmap ahead, right? If there is a roadmap ahead for Sir Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe to buy Manchester United 100%, definitely I will support it. But don't support this Brexit FC to only go for homegrown talent. And I don't support this statement in the manifesto to put Manchester back into Manchester United. Why? Manchester United is a global fan base. Majority of the revenue comes from outside UK. We have amazing sponsor and fan groups in Malaysia, in Asia, in US, outside in Norway, in Sweden. But no, we got to focus on the match-going fans here to please the match-going fans. Anyway, Mick Ruby, this is my morning thoughts, my reckless thoughts. Guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been short and update. We are not going live today. It is Mark Nurse's birthday, hence why we are not doing this live. It's a recorded session, but we are live for the manager's press conference later this afternoon because we're absolutely playing Newcastle on Saturday. And I do expect us to bounce back and win, barring the form against Galatasaray. We play really good football. Guys, join us later on, and in the evening later on, we are absolutely going to do the match preview. We're going to have 2 Newcastle fan channel members debating 2 Manchester United, fans like me and myself and Jarvis, and it's going to be John Sinclair from John Sinclair Fan TV and another special surprise guest. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been a fantastic morning. I hope you really enjoyed this show. Don't forget to smash the like button, and we shall see you to the next time. See you later. Take it easy. And yeah, whatever we say, peace, love, and Onana. Did he sleep on a banana? To be honest. Now, better stop running. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.